Hello again and welcome to a new video. This is our March 2017 BMW 335D xDrive M Sport with the Auto ZF gearbox, 8-speed, with paddle shift and sports transmission. This car was sold by us back in September 2020, just after lockdown. So we've known this car since then. Sold to a fairly local gentleman. Now the car has now covered 66,700 and something miles with full service history. Originally there was some BMW service history, then with us, with our BMW specialist, and then an independent one, and it's just about to go back to our BMW specialist and have the bigger service, so oil service, air filter, fuel filter, cabin filter, etc. All of the brakes will also be checked on that service. Now, with all of the cars here, as you know, they are all machine polished and detailed to a really high level. And the other thing that we've done with this car, obviously, originally it had Orbit Grey diamond cut alloys, but we have refurbished the wheels fully. We haven't smart repaired them. They've been completely stripped and then black gloss and diamond cut the alloys, which I'll come to in just a second. We've also fitted some black gloss grills on the car. Now we're going to start off at the front. Now the front bumper is in immaculate condition because we've just had it repainted by the paint shop. They quite often pick up some chipping below the fog light down there, and I think there was a couple of just small scratchy scuffs just on the corner. So that has all been done professionally by our local paint shop that does a lot of the franchise dealers in the area. So it's all been done really nicely. And if I come round the front, you'll see that it's now all in lovely condition. And now if I come down the side, or come down low side to look down the side, if we look down the side of the vehicle, you can see there are no ding dents on the panels or anything like that, no ripples, all in really nice condition. We come up onto the top. Now there are always going to be a few very minor little stone chips. I'm trying to figure where they are actually, but they were so tiny. But we do a lot of paint correction here. You can just catch a little glimpse in the light there, but we're talking minuscule. But basically, is that one? Yeah, just where those lights are, you can see those tiny little dots. So what we do, we touch them in with the right paint. We flatten them, touch them in, and then lacquer them, flatten them again, and repolish. So we don't just slap a bit of touch up on. They've been done very, very well, but they're so small. There's no nasty chips at all on the bonnet. If I just come across, like I say, you can just see how it catches in the light, just where the lacquer slightly picks up on the spotlights above. But you know, this is a 17 plate car, 6 years old. I'll come up for 7 years old in March next year, but in really nice condition. Again, let's come down low on this side, and then we'll just zoom in and look down the side. There's a little bit more reflection from the office in the background there, but if I move up and down, you'll be able to see nice and clearly. So let's come back out. So this has got the M Sport Plus package, which gives you the 704M alloy wheels with the M Sport brakes, sun protection glass, high beam assist. It's also got the boot spoiler, professional media, heated seats, etc. So really nice looking vehicle. Estoril blue is the colour. Nice, vibrant blue in this showroom. It's showing up really nicely. Now if we're going to come in and show you these, so we've also replaced the centre caps and little M badges. Now if I come in really close, look, you'll see got the M Sport brakes, and these wheels, like I say, have been properly diamond cut and milled, lacquered, etc. So they're like brand new, these wheels. Now it's about about £400. Yeah, just under £500 in total to have these wheels done properly. So not cheap to have done, but I think it's really benefited the car, especially going to black rather than all but grey, because it picks up or matches with all the black trim on the car. We move around to the boot. In fact, let's come up onto the boot lid now. You see the M spoiler on the back, all colour coded to the car. In fact, while we're here, let's come up onto the roof. There's no nasty scuffs or marks or bird dropping stains on the roof at all. And unfortunately, next door have just decided that they're going to do some drilling. So, excuse the noise. So as I was saying, this is the xDrive, BMW's four-wheel drive system. And it uses a multi-clutched, magnetic, I think it is, multi-plated, magnetic sort of system. And it can throw power from the front to the rear in, I think it's like 0.2 of a second. So a really clever system to keep you, to keep traction basically to the wheels with all that power from the 335 engine, which is a twin-powered 3-litre engine. And it produces around about 315 brake horsepower. You can actually have these remapped and they go up as far as 400 brake horsepower. I think they're 315 PS, around about 309 brake horsepower in all fairness. Now all around the filler cap, all nice and clean, no scratches around there. Like I say, it's all been machine polished. No scuffs on the door edges. All around the handles. Really nice condition. Let's just get, there we go, better focus there. All of the black gloss has all been machine polished as well. I'll come down and show you, obviously all of the wheels have been done, but for the point of the video, let's make sure we cover those. And that one there, so all done. We move back out and show you the car from this side. I'll just walk around and give you an overall view of the car. Sort of changes with the light, different panels at different angles pick up the light slightly differently. Sometimes it looks darker, sometimes it looks slightly lighter. So if we take a look inside, now on the door handles on these BMWs, you've got the little LED lights just under the handles there. Mirrors, the black gloss trim, no damage on either mirror. I've already checked those. So we open up this passenger front door. We'll come down. Let's get that in focus. There we go. So we've got the black Dakota leather, puddle lights as well. And this has got the extended stitching. I think I've said that right. So you've got the blue stitching throughout the leather. And then there is lighting under the trim there. Got the Estoril blue trim. We've got Harman Kardon sound system. So you get additional speakers, you get a bigger amplifier. 2 speakers in the door. There are other speakers underneath the seats. The door sill's nice, got the carpets in there. Another speaker up in front of the iDrive system on the dash there and more in the rear. You can see how nicely the car's come up condition-wise. And you also get that extended interior lighting around the climate control, all of which has all been polished as well. Make it all shiny and new. All of the leather on the seats, you can see that stitching there, and you've got the tri-colour just in there, the BMW colours. Headrests which pop forward and then go back with the button on the side. Lots of movement with the seat. This front section will extend forward. The little rocker button will inflate the bolsters either side to give you a bit more snugness and grip in the seat. And then if we look, we've got the professional media. So this is the wider screen. And you can also write with your finger on the top of the pad, the iDrive wheel there. Now the other thing I was going to mention, this car was registered in March. Now what that means is this car no longer has or didn't have the additional VED tax, which is another £390 on top of the road tax. So you don't need to pay that on this car, so it keeps the running costs down. Should have probably mentioned that right at the beginning, but I forgot. So much to remember. You can see all the bottom of the door, all in really nice condition. If you look at the door shuts, all nice in there. If we look at the interior, obviously we've got the dark headlining, the back of the rear, front seats, no damage there. All of the vents for the rear. Again, the mats, carpets, all of the leather, Isofix. The center armrest comes down with some cup holders in there, I believe. So all nice and clean in there. And we'll come round to the boot. Oh, the other thing worth mentioning, we've got front and rear parking sensors. I'll open that up. Just show you all the way along back of the bumper. In fact, let's get down low. You can see all of the trim under here. Really nice condition. The exhausts have all polished up really nicely as well. Chrome there. And all in the back. And then underneath, this clips up. And you've got a bit of extra storage under there. And then that just pulls down like so. We've got the triangle at the top there. You see all around the boot, all around the shuts of the boot. All in really nice condition, all nice and clean. So I'll close that down now. Let's come to the driver's side rear door and check out the door card on this side. Again, you can see the Harman Kardon speakers, and there's illumination underneath the rear doors as well. You can just catch that with the light. We've got the puddle lights as well. And then check the door shut out on this side. And the interior, we've got the headrests and the center headrests as well. So nothing, no damage in there. And then driver's door, just show you all around the door handle. No scratches. We'll just flip those lights onto auto. And check out the door card. No damage. No damage on the edge. Electric window switches there. Sound system, and then the sill on this side, all in really nice condition. And then if we check out the driver's seat, for a 6-year-old car. It's in really nice condition. Steering wheel. No dig marks on the leather. Well, we lost a bit of focus here a second. Okay, before I jump in, just show you around inside. Got the 8-speed ZF gearbox with sport mode, which gives you the paddle shift up on the top there. I just need to move this seat back a bit so we can jump in. So it's keyless start, so we'll start her up. Just wait. As you can see, the service is due shortly, so we're going to have that done now. It's going to have the big service, as I mentioned. So there we have the mileage at 66,722. Now, the buttons on the steering wheel, on the right of the steering wheel, this is where you can use what's called the full black panel display. So if we press mode, the full black panel display is this display down here, and we can flick through our radio channels with the dial switch on the steering wheel, and then just press to enter one of those stations. If you press the mode button again, it'll go to FM, AM. Music collection is the hard drive built into the professional media system, so you can download music into the car. You've got an auxiliary port, and then you've got save stations there as well. And if you were linking up your phone, if you press the telephone, this will bring up the last dialed numbers as well. Now, we've got drive modes down here, and when you're using different drive modes, we've got economy, comfort, sport and sport plus. It will inform you on here. You'll see the little eco power chart and how many more miles you'll get to the gallon. If we come onto the main display over here, you'll see that we're in Eco Pro. So essentially what this does, it puts the engine calibration into a more economic drive, feels a little bit flatter on the throttle, but you get amazing fuel consumption. I mean, for a car with so much power, you can get high 50s, like 58 driving in Eco Pro on a long journey. And you've got various things you can look at for your economy here. Look, the last journey, I don't know how long that was, but it's 41.2. Now, if we go back to configuring the Eco Pro, it'll actually give you the percentage of your efficiency. If you drop your speed, say down to 60, you'll see this has jumped right up to 97%. Now, even if you're cruising at 70 on the motorway, you're at 94% efficiency. You can put the climate control into economy, so it just kicks out a little bit slower. Now, coasting, this makes a big difference. You can see this has dropped to 84%. What this will do is when you come off the throttle, there won't be any engine braking. It's like it goes into neutral, allowing the car to coast, so you can come off the throttle earlier, coming up to roundabouts and junctions, and just coast up to them, saving you fuel and money. Now, if we go on the mode switch, drive modes into comfort, this is a balanced medium setting, preset setting. Then we've got sport. This will give you a bit more power. Basically, the ECU settings for the engine change again. Let me just go back to there. And it's a bit more responsive. We've got the sport displays there. Now, if we go down. Now, this car has the M Sport suspension. It doesn't have the adaptive suspension. So although with all of these BMWs, they show the suspension changes on here, it won't physically, it can't, because they're a fixed shock absorber. They're not a variable shock absorber. They can't adjust the amount of fluid, but it will affect the powertrain and the performance. Now, if we go through further in sport, it comes up to Sport Plus. What this will do, this will turn off some of the traction control, as you can see. So it turns off, I think it's the dynamic stability control. But you have two systems. You have another one which if you press and hold that button just there, it'll turn off the dynamic traction control. I'm just waiting for that to happen. What am I doing wrong? I'm pressing and holding. I think it's already gone off because it's got that button. I think it's slightly different at this age. So that is now off as well. Oh no, I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm pressing the parking button. There we go. DSC off. So that's the dynamic stability control. So the first system that comes off is the dynamic traction control, and the other button takes off the DSC, because I was pressing the parking button and not the traction button. So human error there. Okay, so we've got that. So we can, if you press and hold that will obviously turn that off. Right, so what else have we got? So we've got all the different tabs up here. If we start with, let's start with navigation. Address input, we can put the address in by voice input or by writing on the top of the pad down here.
Oh.
And if we put a 3 in, whoops, my writing's not in. If you need a space, it's a line from one side to the other.
5.
My handwriting is getting slightly better, I must say. There we go. Press OK. 3, we don't need that. And then that's us there. Venture Court. So all of that is now in. Now we've got shortcut buttons down here. So we can just go, I don't know if you can see that actually. Map. That one there. Now we're zoomed out at the moment, so this is showing, I forget what they call it, it's in here, let's have a look. Satellite image map, I think it's called. Yeah, that one there. So you turn that one off, it changes the map display. But as soon as you zoom in, it goes back to this display as well. Now, the other thing you can also do is if you come down to these sub menus down the side, traffic information, additional information, map views, I'll take it to the bottom. This is where you can change. We're currently in perspective, so using these buttons here, we can use these as shortcuts. Can you see if I run my finger just lightly across? We can save that view on there. Oh, Scott, what are you doing? And bear with me. I'll get it right in a minute. And then if we want in direction of travel, which is looking directly down, we could save that on number 7. So rather than going into that menu, if I press number 8 now, oh, it's taking me to map views, perspective. There we go. It's been a long day, that's what I say. Right, there we go. So we've got perspective in there. If I press number 7, there we go. So you can change from one map to the other. You can also save telephone numbers on these buttons, because it's quite easy to use the dab and flick through all the channels on here. So you don't necessarily need to, and they're all in alphabetical order as well. So that's all in there. And then we've got our media. So we've got DAB, FM, AM, all the way through, Bluetooth audio. You can stream all your music without having to use a lead. Manage your mobiles there. We've got the Harman Kardon sound system here, with graphic equalizer, which you can click into like so, and adjust all your music if you need to. Communications for your phone, navigation, we've done that. Connected drive, this is where you can download apps into the car through the online system with BMW. My vehicle, so this is where you can go through your lighting, interior lighting. Classic is the orange that's currently in, sport is white, you can adjust the brightness. Exterior lighting, one touch for your turn signals, your welcome lights, you can adjust how long they come on for. And doors, you can adjust with your doors open all together, or just the driver's door. You can relock them automatically. Flash for locking, speed warning. So you've got lots of different options in here. iDrive settings there. You can change all your units. You've got the driver profiles. So to set this up, just open the car up with one of the keys. There's 2 keys to the car, and then when you get into the car, you can see this was registered with Dean, the previous owner. So we can change the name on here. Now we'll change this for the meantime. It's very easy to. Now what this does, this will memorize everything from the mirror positions and the radio stations and all of everything pretty much that you set up on the car. So if you've got, you know, your other half using the car as well, and you like listening to different things, oops, I don't need 2 E's, I need to go to OK. There we go. So we've now renamed that key Prestige. You can have it also, so when you get into the car, it will show you what key you've opened it up with. So show driver profile at start, so you know which key it is. So all of that in there. My vehicle status, tyre pressures, the servicing hasn't been updated yet. That's going in, so it's the front brake pads, rear brake pads, that's all going to be checked in the service if they need them to be done as well. And if we come out of there, technology, I think that's pretty much everything. So before the vehicle goes out, everything will be up to date. It's just that we wanted to get the video done beforehand. We've got dual climate control. We've got it turned up quite high, so you can set the temperatures separately. We've got the heated seats, fan speed, fan direction or auto. Now this has the sliding cubby hole here for the cup holders, all nice and clean in there. Wasn't a smoker's car. To show you how clean it is in here, it's a bit hard to see. Now with the gear stick, you come back into drive and you'll notice it's in drive up here. If you flip it over to the left, that puts it into sport on the gearbox because it's got the sport transmission. As soon as you pull a paddle, it'll put it into manual mode. To flip it back into auto, flip it back over to the right hand side. We've got the USB in here, before I forget, all nice and clean in there. Just turn that fan speed down. Parking sensors, front and rear, with the display on there as well. So I think we've pretty much covered everything. Like I say, it's just got to go in for the service to be done. Oh, we're in park, there we go. So let's jump out and we'll have a look under the bonnet. Let's turn that off for now. 2 pulls. Come round to the front. We can now just lift that up. Let's try and get this in focus. There we go. It's gone very dark outside now. So all of the engine bay is cleaned very carefully. You don't want to be putting jet washers directly at the engine. All of this area here, down in front of the bulkhead, has all been hoovered out. You always get leaves and a bit of debris in there that blow down from the trees. You don't want to be jet washing it. You'll turn it into a mush and it will block up the exit space for the water that runs down in there. And you don't want that filling up because you've got all electrics. This side, you've got the ABS. So that's all been cleaned out thoroughly. The entire engine bay is cleaned with a maintenance spray, which is really safe to use around the engine. So on the BMW engines, they always quote twin power turbo, but that can either mean a twin scroll turbo or 2 turbos. So on the 335, it is actually 2 turbos. One is smaller than the other. The small one will spin up first because it requires less exhaust pressure to spin up. so you get less lag, and then as the revs come up, the second turbo will kick in, and that's the reason why you have the 2 turbos, to give you power low down and power higher up in the rev range. So all nice and clean under there, already nice under the bonnet as well. So when we close these, you'll see they've got 2 latches either side. And what you don't want to do is take it down so carefully that it doesn't latch on both. If you bring it down to about 18 inches and just push, it'll close nicely and firmly. You don't want to be pushing on the bonnet afterwards because you'll dent it essentially. So it's getting more and more difficult to remember how to talk when you're doing these videos. Right, I think we've covered everything. So if you've got any questions, please get in touch, give us a call. We've got various finance options, and remember, this car doesn't have that additional road tax or VED tax on it. So just the road tax on this, and like I say, very efficient car, lots of power, 4-wheel drive, all in lovely condition. And if you need a warranty, you can take out a warranty on a car of this age. So what's this, 6 years? So this will still qualify for our top of the range warranty that you can take out. And you can take out up to 4 years. You can take a claim limit to the value of the car. There are various different claim limits. And you can also, with the extended warranty, have the work done by a BMW franchise dealer. So a very good policy, which covers lots of features on the car. So get in touch if you want to know more about that. So thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I hope it's been helpful. Speak to you soon. Bye now.